My background as having been a high school coach for all the sports and coaching wrestling in college is that sports are drill driven. You see that from our shows and you see it from the Swing Makeover show. And we've come up with a really exceptionally fine drill called the 4-tool T drill. And this works on not only developing speed and power, it's kind of like the Masenko bat speed drill, but it works on fundamental mechanics. It's absolutely awesome to work off the T. Working with the GT today, and the 4 tools we'll use is an axe handle. Then we use the rope trainer, the jimmer stick, which is a 4.5-pound jimmer stick, and then my gamer, which is a Jason Magnum Vanilla Gorilla. And to work this off the tee, it's just absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to show you a lesson athlete that we have today afterwards, actually demonstrating. But the tee handle has an oval grip, and what that promotes is a axe-style snap. Of course, we want to wind and we want to have our hip rotation, upper body torque, lead the swing, but at the same time our hips snap open, we need to drive the hands and snap the wrist sideways. Palm down, palm up. And that's why the axe handle is so good. Palm down and palm up, it promotes a snap from lag to snap, carry through, and then roll over finally late in the swing and release. We want to make sure we don't roll over the top, which we see on a lot of the lessons that we have. It's a flaw that is very evident, and this really helps work it. So what you do is you start off the tee and you hit a couple balls with the axe snap. Promotes a snap of the hips open and a drive and snap of the wrist at the same time. You have to get that extension, that drive, and a snap all done at the same time with the hips. So you hit a couple off the tee with that. That really promotes good mechanics of a good snap. Palm down, palm up. Then we take the rope trainer, which we saw on our website. The rope trainer really develops a lot of speed, because when you take that second part of the swing, that snap of the hips open and the upper body, you need to really explode the hands fast. And if you explode the hands fast, instead of being the limp rope like it is, it'll develop into a lag and a snap through. So this develops, again, good mechanics of palm down, palm up, taking the hand path to the point of impact, and really developing a great snap. Fast hands develops a fast bat speed, stimulates the quick twitch fibers in your body. And we move on to the third item, which is a jimmer stick. And this beast is heavy, it's 4.5 pounds. Jason Branch has said that he could hit him out of the park with the jimmer stick, which is pretty incredible. But the jimmer stick is great because it weighs so much that any flaw you have is magnified because of the weight of the bat. Once to drop the bat head, once to raise your hands up, drop the bat head. So on the jimmer stick, if we get a really great rotation and snap open, at the same time we're snapping their hips, they're done really at the same instant. The hips snap, we drive the hands, and we snap palm down and palm down, palm up and palm down to impact. The jimmer stick magnifies everything that we have flaw-wise and makes us be really good technically. But the jimmer stick also stimulates the slow twitch fibers in your body. So you're working that really well. Lastly, you grab your gamer. My U-Trip gamer is the Vanilla Gorilla Di Marini 2023 Jason Magnum model, 27 ounces. When you grab this, almost every camper will say, it feels like a twig. It feels so light. Because you work those other three implements into it, the fourth tool we use off the tee is just a regular bat and snap. Palm down and palm up. That's why it's important with your grip to make sure you keep your knuckles lined up. Hold the bat in your fingers like a golf club, and you get more of a snap, palm down and palm up, carry through in the same plane, and then finally the one-hand finish at the end. You're snapping and throwing so hard that you feel it fly out of your top hand after extension, up to full extension after impact. So let's take a look at some of the campers we had here doing this, and it's a great way to go out, develop bat speed, because you increase your bat speed by stimulating the slow and quick twitch fibers, and it makes you so good mechanically. Really gets you a good drive of the hands, good speed, and a good axe snap. Go from a lag to snap to impact, cut through the ball in the same plane, and then finally finishes. Helps you separate the snap from the rollover, which we don't want to have. So these are Kyle's opening swings. He didn't hit a ball past 250 feet, and he only averaged 67 miles an hour for a 30-year-old guy, built pretty good. Watch how he rolls over. There's no side snap, there's no lag and snap, no axe snap. You roll into every ball and roll under them, or roll over the top of them. The wrist roll, watch right here. Instead of driving an axe snap and sideways, let the lead wrist turn down, you're rolling into every ball. Very persistent flaw, and we only had a one-day lesson here, and you can see why every ball was a pop-up or a weak dribbler. It just was not a good strike because you didn't have a good axe snap. Watch the vanilla gorilla here. Look at how he snaps and he doesn't roll over till way over here. You got to try to squelch it. So we worked on the perfect snap. Using the axe handle, palm down, palm up. Look there. Got to keep that knob up. Got to keep the lead wrist from turning down, and you have to use your rotation to drive the hands forward and axe snap all in one motion. There's a cutoff axe snap. You're going to sit down and do 250 of those a day. Now, one thing is you never hit a home run over the fence in a game, but you've only played for 3 years. Here's a swing simulator. Nice job on that. Hip rotation angle is good. You drive the hands and you snap. You can get more wrist snap. See that? You can get more wrist snap, and that'll carry you through the ball. Static hip drill. Good job on that. And then we want to really rotate, pop the hips. Pop the hips good, and then snap. Get a little bit of a tilt on a lower pitch. Make sure we're getting this wrist snap. I think you could get more wrist snap into that. I know we use a heavy bag with an axe snap just to make sure we get a good hip rotation and really drive and snap. That's pretty good. And here from the back, we're doing the bat on the hip drill just to get you to rotate good. So here we start working on the 4-tool drill. Here's the axe. Supposed to put on a snap and not a rollover. Watch how you roll over. You start to roll over right there. You're rolling underneath it. You're never going to get a good strike. You're never going to get a good power. This problem we have was so persistent. Finally, we just had to keep working on it. That's better, but you're right into the edge of turning into the rollover just a little bit early. Here's the fast hands on the rope. Good rotation. Really work with the jimmer stick. And again, watch right here. You roll over. You always want to go back to it, and that's just human nature. That's how lessons and work is. But that's better there. But again, you're right on the periphery of here you start to snap, but then you start to get into a roll. So sometimes you can hit it good that way, sometimes not. Watch right here. You roll down and underneath it. Then you cleave the bottom of the ball, it's a pop-up. The more you can keep that lead arm and lead hand from turning over, and the more you can squelch that urge to roll over. Look here, you snap, but then you're turning the lead wrist down. You got to keep that firm, and you're only going to get that by doing 200 of those perfect snaps today to continue to work on it. So here's your swings afterwards, which is a huge improvement. Again, you're right on the edge of holding the snap long enough, the side snap, and then getting into the rollover. But that's a good ball that went out. You hit 6 balls that would have gone over a 300-foot fence and one that went about 340 or 50. Again, here, you go back to it again where you start to roll over early. Look at that, roll over early. You got to keep snapping. That's why we keep working on that over and over and over to keep that lead wrist over. And we put focus on that top, on that lead arm and the axe snap to keep the knob up and to keep going right there. Good line drive, and again, you're just breaking into the roll of the wrist at impact. Here's a ball that went out to center field. Good swing. And just a phenomenal job. That's a ball that went way out to left field, your longest ball. And watch your axe snap, and then look at you hold on to it as long as you can, and then you roll a little while later. I think you continue to work on squelching the roll, continuing to work on it. It's going to be fantastic. If you hit 90 miles an hour, and you hit a ball again of 340, 350, and you hit a whole bunch in the 87s. I think you average 83 or 4 miles an hour. So fantastic job, and look at the end swings. Out! Turn around. Look at that. What'd you think of the DeMarini bat? That's a red Nautilus that's so popular with the U-Trip. Talk a little bit about how that bat felt and what kind of performance you got.
I thought it felt great and definitely had the best performance with this bat.
For all you young fellas out there looking for love, get yourself a new DeMarini instead. It's better looking, it's more dependable, and a hell of a lot easier to find the sweet spot.